Hey everybody, it's Brian Alston, the Self-Worth Coach. Today's episode number 8 at this point of Finding My Smile Again. I had big plans today to get a lot done, to put together a really cool episode for you guys today. It was going to be about 5 key points to living a happier life. And the day kind of fell apart on me. Actually started last night. I had realized that I hadn't done my weigh-in. I forgot yesterday morning. I had all intentions of doing it. And when I got here yesterday, just one thing after another, and I hadn't eaten. I sat down, I ate my breakfast, started to get into paperwork, and you know how that can just take all your focus. And about an hour after I had eaten breakfast and all, I realized I had screwed up. I forgot after I told myself, don't forget. And I forgave myself for it. It wasn't the end of the world. I did weigh myself this morning, and sadly I'm actually a pound up, but I can understand with the craziness of this week. So I'm not beating myself up too badly. It happens, right? So that's why I kind of decided that I wanted to talk about calling an audible when we need to. Sorry, I just wanted a little background music today. So, to be honest, I am a little frustrated because I really wanted this week to have been a bigger push towards getting healthy. Now, I know that, you know, when you're trying to get healthy, you can feel healthy, you can look healthier, you can be healthier, but ultimately there's got to be some kind of reconciliation for it. So I was hoping to see that, you know, first week's scale weigh in to be down, not up, but it is what it is. So I am a little frustrated, but I also know that I've eaten healthier here and there. I'm not in a really great place to do it right now. I'm trying. I made a point to order food really late last night from Walmart to be delivered this morning, so I did set myself up a little bit better because, God, this craziness that's going on with the house and the back and forth and all that, and just trying to get, you know, healthy and all. There have been times where I've had to just grab a burger and that's been that. Or there have been days where I've completely forgotten to eat lunch, and those who know me know that happens often. Not having food here, as I have said before, when you fail to plan, you plan to fail, and that's what got me. I had all intentions of getting stuff ordered earlier this week and last week, and just with the few crazy days that have been going on, and some personal frustrations, I didn't get to it. And by the time I remembered, it was too late to get it, and then it was like 2 days away, and I didn't do it. So I can make all the excuses in the world that I want. And they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. But at the end of the day, I also have to realize how much I'm dealing with right now. The stress of it is incredible. I know it is. I have people who like, just get outside. Well, I get outside, the work doesn't get done. It's a double-edged sword. And I do what I can. I have been doing better with Chance today. Maybe not so much, right, buddy? Somebody has been keeping a close eye on me today. I think he knows that I'm not, you know, I'm tired today. I'm just drained. And that's partially because of just trying to get through stuff and the focus I've had to get a lot done. I wish I could take this camera and show you guys what I've been working on, but I've just had a pile, and it had to be a foot tall since all this has started with the water damage. I've just been putting bills and everything into a pile, and I have not had a chance to sort them. And it's been just slowly taking over my office space here. So I had to deal with that. And I've been working on it. Yesterday I pushed till I got that pile down to actually very proud of myself. And I know this doesn't seem like the normal coaching topic, but that's okay. So, there you go. Of what I've been working on, I'm down to 3 piles of about the same size, which is pretty damn good actually. And I'm proud of myself for that, and I consider that a win. But at what cost? Sometimes you just got to call an audible. You got to do what you got to do. And one of my favorite people in the world, Karen Sullivan. She's another coach. She was actually one of my coach mentors when I became a coach, and I love her and her wife Jen to death. They're 2 of my favorite people in the entire world. And Karen's been through a lot herself. And one of the sayings that she has, and one thing she's often said to me, is sometimes you got to embrace the suck. It's absolutely true. You know, we can say life is rainbows and roses and we're working towards happiness and all, but you got to put the work in. You got to do it. You got to take care of your responsibilities at the same time. You want to ease your conscience, ease your mind, and not feel so mentally exhausted. Get your job done. Put in the time. Get your bills paid. Keep your finances in order. And I'm not saying go overboard where you're looking at it every 5 seconds. That'll drive you crazy, and I've been there too. I worked for a friend for a while, and one of the responsibilities I was given was to help get the book straightened out. And once I did that, it was great. We had a clear understanding of where we were, but then things shifted, and I was just not able to. I was so worried about the finances that it was something that just weighed on my mind, and I've learned from personal experience that while I can do bookkeeping and I understand it and can get that stuff done, it's just not the right role for me, because I take things very personally, always have. And even something like that I take personally, and I worry about it, because I care. And it's not a bad thing, but it goes back to that lesson that we were just talking about, where everything comes from a place of love or a place of fear. Oftentimes it's not just one or the other. There's a weight, a balance. And when you're dealing with love and fear, it can be tricky to tell the difference sometimes, because what you may perceive as love could be just worry coming from you based on your past experiences in life and things you've had happen, or your fears or your doubts, or could be just simply your interpretation of situations. And it could easily become fear dominating that. And I find that in caring about stuff like that, it does happen. So I've learned to recognize that and to make sure that I'm aware of it when it's starting to happen, so I can back away from it. And I kind of fell into that pattern the last day or so, dealing with all the bills and everything right in front of my face, and trying to get through it all, as I'm sure everybody, is dealing with. It's just overwhelming, and I let it go too long. That was my mistake right there. Um, I have a spreadsheet. I keep my budget online. I do that. Not having the computer working the way I want, um, not being able to access that, it's a real issue for me because it caused me to back up on a lot of stuff that I was trying to take care of and uh, actively uh, stay on top of. Um, and then when you backslide, it's like a snowball effect and it gets bad. So I recognize that today. And my goal for today had been to do quite a few things. I had my list made. I did exactly what I wanted to. I had asked my friend just a day or so ago when she was having trouble. She was saying uh, she was feeling very overwhelmed by a thing. And I asked her, "What's your five? Tell me what your five is." And she's like, "What do you mean? Five what? Fifth Beatle, five whatever?" No. There's something that I follow that's very simple. It's called the rule of five. And some of you may know it um, uh, from schooling, from teaching. Some of you may know it from uh, being involved in medical um, practices and emergency medicine or all. And it's a little different in both cases, but basically, there's only so much that you can handle in a day. There's only so much that you can get done. Now, some days you may be super productive and you can get a ton of stuff done. Other days, it feels like you're tumbling end over end on fire across the finish line. And I know one more thing. So, and I know I'm not the only one who's ever felt that way. So, this is the list that I had for today. I'll show you. It's, I don't know if you can see any of it, but it was a decent list. But if you noticed on that list, I had a line drawn partway down. The rule of five to me is this: plan for five things that you need to accomplish or you want to accomplish in the day. They don't have to be big things. Let them be as simple or as hard as you want. But make it manageable. Make it something that you know that you're going to be able to get these five things done. Okay? Without a doubt. Even if other things come up. Make it so that you can get through these five things. I always like to start my list mentally. Number one is, I never write it down, but number one is always make sure I got my coffee. And I think there's a lot of people in this world grateful that that's my number one. Especially when they accidentally call me before I've had that coffee. But the idea is that you set yourself up to succeed. Okay? With your five. Whatever that five is, get it done. Be it throwing a load of laundry in. Maybe running the garbage out. Maybe it's making a phone call to a doctor's for a prescription refill. Simple things that you know you can get done, regardless of anything else. Now, here's the beautiful thing. You get those five things done. Anything you get done beyond that is a bonus. But you get those five things done, you've won. You've completed your task for the day. And everything after that is an added win for you to make you feel even better. And the days that you can't do anything but those five things, it's still a win. And it's okay to call an audible on that. Let's say, you pick your five things and you're running those five things and you're not going to make it. You're in a day where it's the day from hell. It's rough and you don't get your five things in no matter how you try, or you could do it, but you'd be up till 4 a.m. It's okay to call an audible and change that list around, And sometimes what I do is if I get in that situation, when I get in that situation, first of all, I try not to get there. But if I do, I recognize that it's okay to change that remainder on that list of five to say, plan to do this tomorrow. And then that becomes part of my next day's 5. It's not cheating. We're not playing a game here. It's not a board game. It's not Trivial Pursuit. It's not Monopoly. Nobody's stealing $500 from the bank. This is simply helping yourself realize a goal and recognizing that you're allowed to call an audible. Okay? Very simply, today was a day for an audible. I will absolutely admit that today was a day for an audible because I had my 5 picked out. I thought it was going to be a lot smoother sailing than it was, and because I worked so late, I didn't even last night when I got done here, I went in the bedroom and I crashed, and that was that. So I didn't really eat well yesterday. I sure didn't eat well because of that. But today I made sure that, but I did some things to make today a better day. My insurance company bought me an electric griddle, whether they know it or not, today, with that Walmart grocery order from last night at 2 in the morning, which I'm very grateful for because my air fryer is not working as part of the water damage. It got waterlogged, and that's a whole thing and a thing. But I've been relying on that tremendously to try and eat healthier, and it's dying. It's bad. So I realized that my choices would either be throwing myself to the wolves and just starting to buy fast food every single meal. And I did that 1 or 2 days, and I said, that's enough. I can't do that anymore. And part of that was because of just timing and what was open, what wasn't open. But I digress. The point is, I made changes yesterday to my plan to set myself up a little better today. Now, I hoped to get through the list today, but I didn't. And I'm okay with that. And here's why I'm okay with it. Because I loved myself enough yesterday to give myself a break today. The best thing in the world this morning was getting up, walking to the front door, opening it up, and finding the Walmart groceries right there had just been delivered, including the griddle. I was able to make myself coffee this morning. I was able to make myself a simple breakfast sandwich or two, and actually eat something in a decent hour. That helped a lot. I ordered myself a new internal hard drive. I realized that I got to fix this computer, and what I'm trying to do now is limp along until I get it fixed, and that's just not working anymore. It's been weeks, and I'm working at it. It's not enough. So what I've done is I ordered myself from Amazon a second internal hard drive for the computer. In addition to my server, I should be able to finally do a massive dump onto that drive and get my server back up and running, even though I don't have all the files sorted out and everything. Should have done it a long time ago. I absolutely admit it. I thought I could handle it. And I love myself enough to realize that, you know what, there's a better way. So sometimes you got to ask for help. And it's not about calling people and picking up the phone and talking to somebody. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's talking to a counselor or a therapist. I do that. I have a counselor. I have a coach that I talk to. You know, I think these are good things in life to help us. But sometimes we can get support simply by going to Amazon and ordering something that we need, something that, not just that we want or, you know, a splurge on something. No, something that, you know, we've been saying, well, I really could get it, and yeah, it would make it easier, but I can get by with that. No, we shoot ourselves in the foot too many times I know I've done it in the past, and I know a lot of other people do it too. Sometimes you have to love yourself enough to say, I deserve this. I need it. Is it going to improve my life and make things a little easier on me? Yeah. Or maybe a lot easier? Yeah. And allow yourself to do it. Give yourself permission to love yourself. So I called today's episode an Audible because it feels like that's what I'm throwing right now is a bit of an Audible to uh, not what I had planned. That's for sure. But I found that this was something that was just weighing on me all day. And I felt like instead of talking about 5 steps for doing this or 5 principles that I wanted to bring up, and that's still a good topic, it wasn't what I needed to talk about. And sometimes you got to listen to what your mind and your body and your heart's telling you and just talk. So that's why we did this today. That's why I called an Audible. I needed to do this, and I needed to remind myself and remind anybody else that needs to hear it right now. You are allowed to give yourself permission to love yourself just a little bit more, and remind yourself that you deserve good things. Okay? I'm not saying go out there tomorrow and buy yourself a 70-inch television. I'm not saying run out there and buy a new car, or, unless it's something that you need right now. What I'm saying is love yourself enough to make your life easier for yourself. Okay? Sometimes the biggest hug you can give yourself, or see, that's my punchiness. Sometimes the biggest hug that you can get is one from yourself. That's something that I'm going to be thinking a lot about tonight because I really needed that hug. And today, just being a hard day, it wasn't one particular thing. It was a whole bunch of things, just a lot of things weighing on my mind, and having set myself up for success yesterday, was the biggest hug I could have given myself today, because had I not done any of the stuff that I did, I don't know how I would have made it to even making this video right now. And I have promised myself that I will be here, I will show up, and I will be here for you guys. So I'm really glad that I did that. I'm glad I showed myself that love, and I wanted to make sure I let you guys know that that's okay. Okay? And it doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you need to do it for yourself, you need to do it for yourself. Too many times we fall into this trap of being made to feel like we don't deserve stuff, that we're not good enough for stuff. Have you ever worked a job where they made you feel guilty for being sick, for calling out sick? Been there. Have you ever just needed a mental health day and found yourself taking one for the team and just pushing through and just having a miserable experience because of it? I've been there too. All those things boil down to your value of yourself and what you believe you deserve. I've learned that I deserve a whole lot more than I've given myself in the past. And I'm glad that I've learned that lesson. It's something that it's not a one and done deal. You have to keep reminding yourself of it till you know it like you know the back of your hand. And that may take your entire life to do. But you know what? You keep doing it. Keep doing it, because every time you remind yourself of what you deserve, of your self-worth, you're going to lift yourself up just a little bit more. Okay? Next time it's going to be a little bit easier, and the reminder's going to happen a little bit sooner. and sooner and sooner. And one day you're going to get yourself uh, approaching a situation and you're going to go, wait a second, you know what? I'm not walking through those doors until I know that I'm taking care of myself. I'm going to engage in a completely different way. And the moment you begin to do that, others will begin to see what you really deserve. And they'll either be attracted towards that and fall in line with your definition of your self-worth, or they'll be repelled by it. Either way, it's a good thing, because who doesn't want more people that understand them in their life? Who doesn't want to see the people that have detracted from them, that have caused them grief, that have caused them to doubt themselves, back away? I know I do. And every time I remind myself that I deserve a good life, that I don't deserve to be treated like, a second-class citizen just because I'm sick and you want me to work. There's a million reasons why it happens, why people do that to us and knock us down. But the truth is, there's only one person that can stand up for us the right way, and that's us. I feel like last night was me recognizing my worth in order to stop what I was doing and set myself up to succeed today. Was today still rough? Oh, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I see the love that I had for myself. And I'm not beating myself up over the 1 pound, the number that was on that scale, from what has been several really crazy and rough weeks. I'm not beating myself up that I didn't get the last 2 calls of the day made that I needed to make. I'm not beating myself up that I didn't call about my electric bill that I needed to. I am beating myself up that I didn't take care of Chance as much as I would have liked today. But he did get a lot of treats in lieu of the extra walks. I called an audible. How are you going to call that audible for yourself? To remind yourself of how much you're worth and how much you love yourself. What are you going to do right now to set yourself up to succeed tomorrow? How are you going to tell yourself how much you love yourself right now? Think about it. All right, gang. I've rambled on enough for tonight. Like I said, it wasn't the topic that I wanted, but I think it was still something that was important to discuss. I hope you're all enjoying this. I'm enjoying doing them, as soul-searching and as deep and open as I've had to be. I am enjoying this, and I am learning from it every day. So, please, if you haven't done it, go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe. Check out the links. Check out the playlists that are there. I think you'll like them. You can see the videos if you missed something and want to catch one of the old videos. Check out the new playlist of truth bombs that I'm doing. I think you'll enjoy them. I've been putting them up on TikTok and Instagram story. Yes, I know I'm coming. Life goes on, right? But please, thank you all for being there, supporting me. Leave comments. Let me know what you think. Message me. Okay? I'd really like to hear your thoughts on things. If you have a topic you'd like to hear me discuss, please let me know. It may take me a little while to get to it because, like I said, this is a journey and I'm never quite sure what the next day is going to bring. But I enjoy it being a little bit more organic that way. I find if I set things up too structured, it's not going to feel authentic to me, and it's not really my journey. It's just a series of lessons, and that's not what I want to do. I want to be this about growth and love and helping myself and other people. Okay, and I hope that I'm doing that for you. So, that being said, again, please go to my link tree. It's BC Alston 01. And check out the other links. Check out my YouTube, my Instagram, all those. Most of all, enjoy them. I'm doing this so for myself and for everybody else. And with that, I'm going to sign off because I'm definitely tired. Um, I'm going to go be good to myself and call it an early night. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I will see you tomorrow. And see, no April Fool's jokes from me right now. I thought about it, but you know what? Um, I realized that we all deserve better than that. I'll save the corny jokes for next year. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.